everyone, welcome back to Pepcoding. So the question which we will talk about today is called reorganize string. So first let us understand the question. Basically what is happening is that you have been given a string of lowercase characters. Okay. For example, you have been given AAB. So in this, what the question asks you to do is that you have to reorganize the string in such a manner that no two similar characters should be present on adjacent positions. So for example, in this string itself, we have A and A at adjacent positions. We need to make it in such a manner, or we need to organize it in such a manner that A and A should not be on adjacent positions. So another example we could take was, if let's say we had A, B, C, C. So in this, if we are working, we have to organize it in a manner such that A's and C's should not occur together. So A, B, or let's say A, C, B, A, C could be one of the ways to reorganize it. A, C, B, C, A could be another way to organize it. So you just have to reorganize the string in such a manner that A's and C's, basically the similar characters, should not be present on adjacent positions. So please try it by yourself, and if you are unable to solve it, or if you want any kind of help, then we will talk about it at the solution. Okay, so now let's talk about the logic of this question. Okay, let's say you have a string where the frequency of A's which is given to you is 12. Okay, so you have to create a string which is reorganized. The first character I placed was A. Now I have to make sure that the next position should not hold A. So let's say I got another character which was C and has to occur 8 times in the string. So I can place C over here now. But the thing is that now C cannot be placed over here. We can place A also, or if we have another character, we can also place that over here. So we need to make sure that we are blocking similar characters from occurring next to each other. That means that if I have placed A over here, the next character cannot be A. Since I have placed C over here, next character cannot be C. Now we have to understand which character will occur first. Basically, over here we saw that I placed A first. I could also have placed C first, right? That would have occurred in the minds of a lot of people. So, which character should I place first? If I have a heap over here, and in this heap, I have A with frequency, let's say my string was AAB. Okay, so the frequency of A was 2, the frequency of B was 1. When I'm talking about the frequencies, I can see that the frequency of A is high. So let's say I started working with the one which has higher frequency. So I placed A at the first position. Okay, and its frequency would reduce. Then I will take the next character. So I took B from this, and the frequency of B became 0. Then I placed A over here and its frequency became 0. So this came out correct based on the question statement. Now let's say I changed my approach. I started placing B first, which is the one with minimum frequency or lesser frequency. So if I place B first over here, I'll get 0 in this place. Then I will have to place A over here and its frequency would be 1. But now I cannot place B, right? Its frequency has become 0. So I'll have to place A only, and then my answer would be wrong on the basis of what the question wants me to do. So what we are going to do is that the priority would be given to that character whose frequency is maximum. So maximum frequency character will be given the priority. Okay, these are the two things which we have to keep in mind. Now let's try to understand the algorithm which we will be using. Okay, so over here we are discussing the algorithm. So let's say you have A which occurs 5 times, B which occurs 3 times, and C which occurs 3 times as well. So over here you have a heap. I'll just make it somewhere else. Over here you will have a heap with A, and its frequency, B and its frequency, and C and its frequency. So I'll have to make a answer string, right? Then I'm saying that I have to take out the one which has the maximum frequency. So I'll take out A and its frequency from here and I'll put it in a block. So A and 5 will come over here. Now I will place A over here since it has the maximum frequency, right? So I will place A over here and I will make its frequency as 2. So what I did was, earlier itself, that is in the beginning itself, I took out the one with the maximum frequency from my priority queue or my heap and I placed it in a block. Okay. And then I will start with the next characters which are placed in the heap. So now I can see that I have B and C over here. So I will take out any one of these because both of these have the same frequency. Let's say B came out. So B came over here and it was removed from the priority queue. Now A can easily go back to the priority queue. So I will take A from here and put it back in the priority queue. I can place B over here and its frequency became 2, right? So over here the frequency became 2 and I can bring this. Now I have to block B because the next character cannot be B. Then again I can see that A has the maximum priority right now. So A will come to temp and I will reduce its frequency. It will become 3 and A will be placed over here and B will be back to the priority queue. Then A will be brought to block. Okay. Now out of these two, C has the maximum priority. So C, 3 will be in temp. Then C will be placed over here. Frequency will be decreased. And A will be back to the priority queue. C was removed from here. And A will be back to the priority queue. C, 2 will be blocked. Right? Now out of these, again A will be over here. This will keep on happening until we will have the correct string for us. Now this is understood. What if we had a case where we had a string which could not be sorted in any manner, like it could not be reorganized in any manner so as to get a string where adjacent characters are not similar. So if I had triple A and B, so A had frequency 3, B had frequency 1. This is in my heap. My string should be 4 characters long. So the first thing I'll get would be in block, I placed A, 2. Why? Since I placed 1A over here. Then A has been removed from here. Now temp has B and 1 and B has been removed from here and I will place A, 2. 1 second. I will place A, 2 over here, right? Then B will be placed here and its frequency will be 0. Now B is in block now, but is there any use of placing, this will come back to temp, is there any use of placing B, 0 back to priority queue? No, right? Since its frequency is 0 only, what is the use of placing it back to priority queue? So we'll make sure that we'll only place those back in the priority queue whose frequency is greater than 0. So it will not go back to priority queue and it has no use now. So directly A and 1 over here. A will be placed over here and it will go to block. Then we will have A, 1 only remaining. How will I place it now? I don't have any chance of placing it because if I place it over here, the frequency will become 0. But my question statement is now wrong, right? So what will happen is such strings will not be reorganized in any case. So we will return empty string for such string. Okay. Now, so now let's discuss the pseudocode for this. The first thing which we'll have to do is create a map. Second thing, create priority queue. Third, initialize priority queue. Fourth, handle base case. So base case would be what? First thing you'll have to do is that you'll have to take out the element from the priority queue with the highest frequency. Then update answer. Then decrement in frequency. And then the block part. Fifth, you have to work in the priority queue till the time priority queue's size is greater than 0. So you have to take out 10th, update answer, decrease frequency. Then we discussed that if the frequency of the element in block is greater than 0, then it has to be pushed in the priority queue. And lastly, block will become equal to 10. So we have to work with this. So now let's try to code this. Okay. Over here, first thing we need to do is we need to create a pair class. So public static class pair. In this, what all are we taking? A character and an integer. So public pair, and in this we have character ch and integer frequency. Okay, so this dot ch becomes equal to ch, this dot f becomes equal to f. Then we have to create a map. So int map is equal to new int, and the size will be 26, right? There are 26 letters in the alphabet. After that, we have to put the elements in the map. So for int I is equal to 0, I is less than s dot length, I plus plus, you have to put the elements in the map. So map of s dot char I, which will give me a character value. So I will reduce a character from it. And then at this position, I will increment the value. Okay. After that, I have to create a priority queue. So priority queue of pair type, let's name it PQ, will be a new priority queue. Now, since we have to work with maximum frequency, that is, my priority queue will be on maximum priority. So I have to use a lambda function for that. And what will be my lambda function? It will be a comma b, and over here b dot frequency minus a dot frequency. Okay. Then I have to initialize priority queue. So for int I is equal to 0, I is less than 26, I plus plus. If the element is present in the map, that is, if map of I is greater than 0, that only that means that there is a character present over there and the character has a frequency, right? So if it is greater than 0, then to the priority queue we will add a new pair, and in this pair we will add a character. The character will be a plus I. That means if the value of I will be 1, then a plus 1 will give me b, right? And comma the frequency, right? So the frequency will be equal to map of I. This will initialize the priority queue. Now what we have to do is we have to take the answer. So string builder answer is equal to new string builder. Second, right? Then after that we will take out a pair block, and in this pair block we will get it from the priority queue. So priority queue dot 4. Okay. Now in the answer we will append the character of block and we will reduce its frequency by 1. So block dot f minus minus, right? And after that, I will start working with my priority queue. So while priority queue dot size will be greater than 0, we will take out a pair temp which will be equal to priority queue dot poll. We will take it out from the priority queue. Okay, and then answer we will append temp dot character, right? And we will reduce frequency by 1. So temp dot frequency will be reduced. Then after that, we will check that if the frequency in the block pair, if block dot frequency is still greater than 0, then we will push it to the priority queue. So in that case, priority queue dot add block, right? And in the end, block will become equal to temp. And we will return the answer string. So answer dot toString. But one case which we still need to handle is that if we have a string which we cannot handle. So if I come out from the while loop, that is my priority queue is now empty, then even then if the frequency in the block pair is greater than 0, that means it cannot be reorganized. So we will return an empty string. So this is my piece of code which we have to work with, and I will not be able to run it for you since we are still working on the test cases, but hopefully very soon you will be able to run this code on the portal. So have faith that the code is correct. Okay, we will see each other in the next video. Till then, keep practicing and like, share and subscribe to the channel. Thank you.